Hey everyone, and welcome back to Codekru. And today we are going to see how we can connect to a remote machine using Java. So let's say that we have one local machine and one remote machine. There are generally two ways to connect to a remote machine from our local machine. One way is to use a username and a password combination. Another way is to use a username and a key combination. But in majority of the cases you will end up using username and a key combination only. So in this video too we will be using the same thing to connect to a remote server using Java. But don't worry, we have written an article which showcase the code for both of these combinations, and we will be putting the link of that article in the description. So please feel free to check it out. With that said, let's move forward. Let's get to the coding part now. We will use the Java library in Java to connect with the remote server. So we can just copy the dependency from here and paste it in our project. And now we are ready to use this library. So what else do we need to connect to a remote server? We are going to need a number of things. First would be the remote machine IP. In our case it is 52.86.14.168. Then we are going to need the username. So the username is Ubuntu in our case, and the file path. We have stored our file at this location, so we can just give the path of this location only. It is system.getProperty user.directory, then a file separator, and then just we can copy the path. So we'll copy the name of the file, and then we are going to need the port number. By default the port number is 22. It might differ as per your company's requirement, but normally it is 22 only, so we are going to use the same. Next we can just create the object of JSCH. We are going to add the file. This is giving error because we have to add the try catch statements. So let's just add those. Now we have added the key into the identity. We can just use that key to get a session. We have to pass the username, the remote machine IP, and the port number. We can just store the session in a session variable. Now we can just connect to that session. Let's print something as well, like connect it to the remote server. And then we can just disconnect from the session. Okay, let's run the code now. Okay, so it's now giving us this error, unknown host key. This is because SSH is not able to validate the identity of the remote server, but we can easily bypass this checking of identity by setting the strict host key checking value as no. So let's just set the strict host key checking value as no here, strict host key checking as no, and if we run the code again, we should be able to connect to the remote server now. See, now we are successfully able to connect to the remote server, but this is not a recommended way because it poses various security concerns, as it is more prone to the man in the middle attacks. Then how we can connect to the remote server without using this thing? So there is a way, but for that we have to first run a command on our local machine. So let's go to our terminal and run that command. So here I am just running the command ssh keyscan -d rsa. Now we'll have to copy and paste the remote IP here, double arrow sign, and then the path where we store our known hosts, ssh known hosts. Okay, and that's it. Now we just have to give the path of this known host in our code. So let's just give that path here, jsch set known host. Okay, and this non-host file. Let's run the code again. You can see that we have not set that value as no. So yeah, we are again successfully able to connect to the remote server. So this is it for this video. We hope that you found it helpful, and please don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.